I think with us, everything that we do, from picking songs to, deciding on whether or not we're going to play a specific bar or venue, or, any decision. We pretty much are a democracy, and, all four votes are in, and, anytime it's 3-1, we all just gang up on the other guy. But yeah, it's definitely a democracy when it comes to any of that.
And some decisions are more important than others. We all take a vote when it's, what are we doing for dinner tonight? And it's usually, at this point, all four of us are voting the same thing. So it's great. The longer we've been together, it seems like the more in line all of our tastes are getting, not only, food-wise, but music-wise. And so it's never really big arguments, and if one person's really, really passionate about a certain song, we're pretty good about listening to each other and try to understand why that person really, really believes in something.
It seems like the key to picking a song too is, for us, is that the four of us ask ourselves, is this a song that sounds like something we would have written? And if the answer is yes, then we'll move forward from there. But that's usually step number one.
When we first signed our deal with Republic, they came to us and they said, look, we want to be a part of making country music, and we want y'all to be a band that we work with, and we made sure that we let them know that if they're not feeling what we feel about releasing our records to country music, then we need to go somewhere else. And Republic was adamant about releasing our records to the country genre, and so we felt incredibly confident that they were on the same page as us, and now that they have the Republic Nashville label, they really held to their word about releasing country music, and so it's been a good home for us. It just took a while for them to open the Nashville office.
I think the most important thing for us when we were talking to different record labels about signing a deal was that we were going to sign with someone that just wanted to add onto what we were doing, that liked what we already were, didn't just like the fact that we were a touring band with some good fans, and we can take that and make it something else. We wanted someone that wanted to add to it, and we felt like we found that in New York, and it's always kind of the idea that we'd be partnered up with someone down here as well, because New York, they can do some amazing things. They've got a great label up there, but no one understands the country market like they do down here. So. It would be a much easier question to answer if we had much downtime.
I think when we do have downtime, I think we've been friends for so long that anytime we can be hanging out, we are. And James and John, we live really close to each other, and Chris lives in Austin, so that it makes it a little bit harder to get down to Austin to hang out. But we live really close to each other, and so we constantly end up doing stuff together. And I think our wives are sometimes
thick as thieves there.
Yeah, thick as thieves.
They're like, really, y'all have to hang out on the road and off the road? That tends to be the issue.
One of the coolest experiences for me, I think for all of us on stage, is doing the Houston Rodeo for 60,000 people, which was just it's an incredibly tough figure to wrap your head around, how many people that really is there to see you. And just the energy of that stage and the four of us, it was such a big milestone for us. And unfortunately, your adrenaline's going so fast, and it's hard to take it all in. It's just over before you know it, before you almost realize what you're doing.
The show flies by. And another one is, playing the Grand Ole Opry for the first time was, we played 3 songs, and I think we started that first note, and then all of a sudden, it was over. And that was an incredible feeling to play that stage for the first time. I think it would be really hard for all four of us to really have one favorite band, but we just love great music, and so it's really a really tough question for us to answer when anyone wants just one band or one person, because, I mean, we have a lot of music on our iPods. I mean, so, but, you know, I'm constantly listening to Springsteen personally. And I think that's just one of it's my go-to music.
I think recently, the Zach Brown Band is, you know, growing up wasn't a huge influence because they're, you know, been around as long as we have. But they've just opened so many doors for bands, you know, in country music, which I think is great. And hopefully we can, you know, do the same for other acts. But I had a chance to play with them, and they're, you know, not only great musicians, but also great people.
And they really think out of the box, you know, musically, and I think that, you know, we've always tried to be a band that you know, we don't try to just, you know, stay middle of the road. We really try to make music that is impactful and is kind of hitting on new territory. And I think that Zach Brown Band, being as much of a success as they have as of recently, they really have continued opening doors for bands like us.